An incident took place in the Roebuck area of Birmingham, Alabama, which shook the entire social media. And the main character of this incident was a woman, Jessica Odum, who, as usual, just went to the salon to get her hair done. But she had no idea that the day would start as normal but end up as a drama that would not only go viral but also lead to the arrest of 3 women.
I'm not leaving. You gotta pay.
I got the message. I done paid you exactly what you asked for. Let my hair go.
I don't care.
Let my hair go.
I don't care. Give me my phone. I'm gonna do a live. Go ahead.
Let my hair go.
I do the same to you.
She's
I'm
here.
not leaving.
She don't want you to.
She don't want to pay.
She don't want you to pay, sir.
Man, show the money. Show what I paid.
You pay, but we're gonna fix it. You not leaving.
Show what I paid.
I'm not showing nothing. You didn't pay enough. This is the money, but you're not leaving.
Hello?
Man, you sound crazy.
Yeah, come in.
Bro, let my hair go.
We cannot leave you because
Man, I'm finna sue you, bro. I'm finna sue you.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot you too.
I said sue.
Okay.
Now let me go.
We're gonna sue you too.
Now you wanna threaten me?
Yeah, because you hit me first.
Man, let me
You're
go.
gonna leave.
No, I did, bro. Let me go.
You're not leaving. We're gonna fix it.
Nah, you ain't doing nothing. Let me go.
No, you're not leaving. We're gonna fix this.
Bro, let me go.
You're not leaving. Ferme la porte.
La porte est fermée.
Oh, look at this. She paid $250. You can pay $250 for
You
the
didn't say 250 on the
Okay, I told you just pay for the hair and leave.
Jessica had been wanting to do a certain hairstyle, boho knotless braids, for several days, and for this purpose. She spoke to the owner of an African braiding salon called Mama Gifted Hands via text message, where she got a deal for $200 in cash. When she arrived at the salon at the appointed time, it was a normal day, with pictures of styles on the walls, African music playing inside, and some customers already seated. After hours of hard work, Jessica's hair was finally done. She was happy because the hair looked really beautiful. She paid $200 as specified and started to leave. But at that moment, the situation changed completely when the owner of the salon suddenly asked her to pay another $50 because they used human hair. Jessica was shocked because she had not been told anything about this before. She flatly denied that she would not pay the extra money as the fixed price had already been paid. But the owner persisted and said if not 50, then at least 30. When Jessica still refused, the owner and 2 maids suddenly surrounded her and told her that she could not leave until she paid the balance. Jessica repeated with mixed feelings of anger and fear that she had paid the full amount. But the employees stood in her way. One even locked the door from the inside. And the moment turned a normal argument into a crime. When Jessica tried to leave, the employee grabbed her hair. She screamed to leave her hair, but in response, she was threatened that she could not leave. You haven't paid the full amount, you can't go. In the meantime, Jessica said that she will sue all of them. The maid replied angrily that she will also take her to court. The atmosphere was so heated that even a customer sitting outside wondered where is the justice to stop someone like this. But the salon owner was not ready to back down. Jessica eventually managed to keep a tight grip on her phone and continue recording. And when the same video was uploaded to TikTok, garnered more than 1 million views within hours. The entire internet was outraged. People in the comments section were saying, "Send her to jail. It's a straight-up kidnapping. It's cruel to treat a customer like that." After pressure from the video, public backlash, and the facts came to light. The police swung into action, arresting the salon's owner and 2 female employees, charging them with kidnapping and assault, as police confirmed that Jessica was indeed locked inside and tortured. Social media was followed by mockery, especially of the owner's self-made hairstyle, with people mocking how someone who can't fix her own head would do other people's hair. But the real point was that $50 turned a normal day into a riot, an arrest, a viral video, and a full-blown criminal case. In the end, people seemed to say that it was not only morally wrong but legally self-defeating to commit such a heinous act for just a few dollars. And that's why everyone ended up behind bars. As the 3 women, including the owner of Mama Gifted Hands, were let out by police in handcuffs. The entire neighborhood gathered to watch the scene. People were recording the incident from their windows, with cell phone cameras and standing outside stores. And there were whispers everywhere about how depraved it was to stop someone, pull their hair, and lock them for $50. But now everyone was interested in what was going to happen in court. Jessica Odum became the focus of the media and journalists during this time. Various news reporters were approaching her and asking her questions. Some wanted to know the background of the incident. Some wanted to know how the fight started. Some were asking if she was scared. And some wanted to know what changed in his life after the video went viral. Jessica, though mentally shaken, bravely reiterated in her statement that she only wanted justice. She had no personal grudge against anyone, but what happened to her should not happen to any citizen, especially when she had paid the full amount. Meanwhile, social media was a battleground. People were arguing in different groups. Some people were saying that the salon owner's behavior was totally intolerable. Some were saying that it might have been a misunderstanding, but locking the door can't solve any misunderstanding. While there were some people who were making weird theories against Jessica that she might have been trying to run away, but the video put an end to all these speculations as everything was clear. Jessica was shouting to let her go, and the opposing women were standing in front of the door. Where the salon owner, on the other hand, was having a very nervous first night in jail. Realizing that this time things were not trivial, she sat down with her maids, and repeatedly said that she was only asking for money, that she didn't want to harm anyone, but the fact was that in law, locking a door and preventing someone from leaving, even for a few moments, was directly classified as kidnapping, and that was the charge that led to her arrest. When she appeared in court the next day, the judge said sternly, "This is not just about hairstyles or money. It's about civil liberties and personal safety. It's a serious crime to lock someone up against their will," and the sentence echoed throughout the courtroom. Jessica was in court, her hands shaking, but she looked determined. Her eyes still filled with the fear she had felt in the salon, but also feeling that the law was now there to help her. The court granted temporary bail to the three women, but ordered them to surrender their passports and said they cannot go out of the city, well as set a date for the next hearing. In the meantime, the city's business circles also raised a debate that this incident of mistreatment of customers could be a cause of disrepute for all businesses. Jessica's life also changed completely after the incident. She was getting frequent requests for TV interviews. People were calling her an example of bravery. And some women sent her messages saying that they too had been through similar situations but couldn't speak. On the other hand, the salon owner's reputation was completely ruined. People stayed away from her salon. She was silenced by the storm of criticism on her social media pages. And she sat with her employees thinking that if she hadn't been stubborn that day, if she had talked about the extra money earlier, if she had had a little more patience, this video wouldn't have been made. The police wouldn't have come. Her business wouldn't have been ruined, and she wouldn't have gone to court. But now it was too late. The matter had reached the court, and people were watching the case carefully. There was also word in town that the verdict in the case would spark a citywide, and perhaps even nationwide, debate about business ethics at the next hearing, that misbehaving, defrauding, or coercing a customer always had serious consequences. And Jessica, who had only gone to get a hairstyle, was now a name emerging as a symbol of civil rights and justice, while four mama-gifted hands. The incident was a reminder that strength, stubbornness, and bad decisions always lead a person to depths from which it becomes very difficult to get out. And that was where the real legal and emotional journey of this story began. The atmosphere of the shop was no longer the same as before. There were still some people standing outside listening to the video makers, some laughing, some shaking their heads sadly, and some standing as if waiting for more spectacle. Inside, however, the atmosphere was completely different. The air was heavy, the silence painful, and everything was shrouded in an unknown fear. The client slowly evened out her breathing, but her hands were shaking slightly. Now the same question was echoing inside this woman. How did a simple matter become such a big problem? What did he do wrong? Money was given, time was also given, patience was also shown. Yet why was such an attitude taken with her? She was trying to explain herself, but every thought was breaking her more. The breeder standing right in front was still in a state of confusion and anger. But her eyes did not have the same hardness as before. Perhaps the truth had dawned on her that after the video went viral, it would not end well. She looked around as if looking for a miracle that would somehow turn this situation around. Her female students were also taken aback, one sitting back as if convinced that the police might ever step in. The other girl began to pack slowly, as if her body had automatically decided it was best to stop. The client opened her mouth at that moment, but her voice was very slow, as if each word was coming out through the cracks in her throat. "Do you have any idea what you've done? You've been rude to me, pulled my head, and then you're saying I'm causing trouble. I said one thing, that too, about your work year, the one who ruined everything by climbing over me." Her voice grew stronger in that moment, as if she had recaptured the piece of her being that had been torn apart in fear minutes before. Police began questioning the breeder. When did it start? Who said what? What did the dispute escalate? Meanwhile, the condition of the girl students worsened. One almost cried. "We didn't do anything. We tried to stop her." It was clear from her frightened expression that she did not want to be a part of this fight. "You have two options. Either cooperate and tell the truth, or action will be taken based on the video and the witnesses," the official told Breeder again. Breeder's legs seemed to be dead. For the first time, she became weak. For the first time, even that slight moisture shone in her eyes, which was perhaps in the form of regret or the fear of losing her shop. Her honor, her earnings. But the client remained silent. In spite of all this, no pity was awakened in her heart. For the fear and pain she had experienced a few minutes ago was not going to be erased by any apology. Breeder looked at her but didn't answer. Perhaps he himself now understood whose fault it was, but Anna was preventing him from apologizing. He only said, "The matter has escalated. Nothing can be done now." The client laughed bitterly. "You've exaggerated. My only fault was that I asked you to do the right thing. This is your shop, not the battlefield." Her words spread a strange silence in the atmosphere of the shop, as if everyone has been forced to stop and think in their own place. Meanwhile, two police officers entered from outside. Both of them had that particular seriousness on their faces that includes questions and quick decisions. He looked around quickly as he entered. An official stepped forward and said, "We have received a complaint that someone was forcibly restrained here and her hair was grabbed." There was no gentleness in her voice, only the firm force of law. Breeder took a step back, as if standing on the edge of a platform and a slight push would knock her down. She immediately said, "I didn't do anything like that in the video." But the officer stopped her with a hand signal. "We have seen the video. You tell us the truth instead of lying." The client was standing still, but her face began to show that relief that comes when the door of justice opens. She no longer felt helpless. She was no longer in anyone's prison. She was under the protection of the law. Police began questioning the breeder. When did it start? Who said what? What did the dispute escalate? Meanwhile, the condition of the girl students worsened. One almost cried. "We didn't do anything. It was Baji who made him angry. We tried to stop him." It was clear from her frightened expression that she did not want to be a part of this fight. "You have two options. Either cooperate and tell the truth, or action will be taken based on the video and the witnesses," the official told Breeder again. Breeder's legs seemed to be dead. For the first time, she became weak. For the first time, even that slight moisture shone in her eyes, which was perhaps in the form of regret or the fear of losing her shop. Her honor, her earnings. But the client remained silent. In spite of all this, no pity was awakened in her heart. For the fear and pain she had experienced a few minutes ago was not going to be erased by any apology. The police asked a few more questions, completed the paperwork, and then the officer said, "We need you all to go to the station and give statements." Hearing this, the hearts of everyone in the shop sank together. This moment was the heaviest for the breeder, she who had always considered herself strong. Today stood helpless in front of a client, in front of a camera, in front of the law. The client slowly picked up her things, fixed her hair, and stepped outside, as if she was not leaving the place but stepping out of the realm of fear, ugliness, and cruelty into which she had been forced. She took a long breath of fresh air as she came out, as if she had been imprisoned for hours. The people outside were still looking at her. some nodding in admiration of her courage, others in pity. But she was no longer afraid of any sight. She was no longer the woman whose hair was pulled. She was now the woman who did not bow to tyranny.